What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to Zero Productions, Superman Legacy, or shall I say Superman. Now, yesterday was Superman's birthday, so all of us fans were anticipating some kind of massive news or massive reveal for Superman Legacy. James Gunn took to his social media, showcasing a photo he took of David Corenswet's Superman suit, just the chest. Now, it wasn't even like a massive reveal. It was a very much close-up reveal of the symbol. A lot of fans are really excited for this. It does resemble the Kingdom Come comic book run, which a lot of fans are very skeptical of because that comic book series is very different. We're talking about a Superman who's much older. So I was like, wait a minute. I thought this isn't necessarily an origin story for Superman. He's already explained that and he said that. They're going the Spider-Man Homecoming route, right? They're done with the origin story. But me being a fan, I want to see another origin story of Superman. I really do. I love it. Look, you guys, the earlier days of Clark and Superman, I really love the Smallville take on it. It's one of my favorite Superman stories of all time. That show is all-time elite for me. I go back and watch seasons 1 through 5. It is so damn good. If you guys haven't seen Smallville, I highly, highly suggest you watch Smallville. I know it's free on Hulu. Well, it's not free on Hulu. If you pay for Hulu and Disney Plus in the bundle, you can watch Smallville. It is so good. I'm telling you guys. But with Superman and Superman Legacy, it's very interesting to me that this symbol kind of resembles Henry Cavill's Superman suit, right? The texture a little bit, the color, the yellow, I was like, interesting, because I was like, this suit has to be drastically different from Henry Cavill's suit, because it does. It has to be very different. Now, a lot of fans are speculating, will the suit have trunks? I'm really hoping it has trunks, because me, I'm a fan of the trunks. I know some people aren't, it's modern day. Why is he wearing trunks? I actually like it. I don't know. Being a fan of Superman my whole life, I love the Christopher Reeve suit. I still love it to this day. I'm a massive fan of the trunks. But a lot of people were like, it does resemble Henry Cavill's suit. So I really want to know how different it's going to look or how similar it's going to look to Henry Cavill. Will it have the Kryptonian symbols on the suit? It's a possibility. There's so many things they could add to this suit without over-textualizing the suit itself, because I definitely think that it should lean to more of the plain look. A lot of people love the suit from Superman and Lois. They really, really enjoy that show. A lot of people like that show just in general. I couldn't really get into it because, after Smallville, I just completely stopped watching the CW stuff. It just wasn't for me, you guys. But I'm excited. Now, the title change for Superman Legacy. James Gunn has confirmed that when he first started writing the draft for Superman Legacy, that was the title. But he said when it finally came down to it and when it was done and all set in stone, he realized that the title had to be Superman, which I like. The legacy of Superman, I feel like should be like the third film's title, because we don't know the legacy of this Superman. We don't know how long he's been Superman. So how can we talk about legacy when this is his first introduction to the DCU? So it's going to be very interesting. I'm very excited, you guys. It still has a release date of July 11th of 2025, going up against Marvel's Fantastic Four, the first family. Really cares to see which movie moves. I don't think that Superman Legacy is moving anytime because they just started principal photography yesterday. And I think that it's going to stick to that July release date, you guys. But there's so many things I want to talk about. Some castings that still hasn't happened yet, or characters that haven't been confirmed that I want to see. Like I said, I know he said we aren't doing the origin story. I get it. I understand it. We don't necessarily have to see, the Kryptonian, aircraft crash in Kansas, in Smallville. We don't have to see that. But a part of me still wants to see Jonathan and Martha Kent in this movie, because they are essential to the character of Clark and Superman. They really are. And to understand Jonathan and Martha, you get a better understanding of Clark, because those are his adopted parents. I mean, they really need to. In Smallville, to this day, I think, had the best Jonathan and Martha Kent. John Snyder and Annette O'Toole, just absolutely amazing. I look to them as my parents. You know what I mean? That's how much I was in love with that show. It meant so much to my childhood and my early stages of life. I've learned a lot of lessons from them, and it's going to be hard if they decide to, if they decide to have Jonathan Martha in this movie, because, you know, like I said, that's the gold standard for me, for, you know, Jonathan Martha Kent. They even have a fan casting of who I would like to see as the roles of Jonathan and Martha Kent. Jonathan, I would love to see Brendan Fraser. You know, I was watching The Real Rejects, and I was, no, was it on The Real Rejects? No, I think it was The Big Thing. Christian Harloff, Winston A. Marshall, and Coy Jandreau. And Coy said, you know, Brendan Fraser. And I was like, Brendan Fraser. I was like, I can get behind him being Jonathan. I was like, that would be perfect. And then, you know, Martha Catherine Kenner, I feel like would be extraordinary for Martha Kent. But to see the death scene of Jonathan Kent would just tear me apart. Going back to Smallville, I always go back to Smallville, because when Jonathan died in Smallville, that shit wrecked me to my soul. Oh my God, that whole episode just broke me apart. And you fast forward, I think it was like a season later, there was this one particular scene where Clark walks into the house and he sees his mom watching old video footage of him as a kid and Jonathan, and he has his dad's watch on. I'm telling you guys, watch that episode. You will fucking cry. Still to this day, I can't watch his death in that episode. That shit literally just breaks me down, you guys. But I do think that they would be a perfect fit for Jonathan and Martha Kent. Now, there's a couple of things I want to see. I want to see the Kent farm. I want to see Smallville, even like Smallville High, you know. I want to see, you know, Perry White. Eventually, if they do cast him, because as of right now, there's no official casting for Perry White. But if you're dealing with, you know, the Daily Planet, and you have, you know, you have Lois Lane, you have Jimmy Olsen, you kind of need a Perry White. So maybe they're just holding off on that casting for right now. But I have a fan casting for my own Perry White, you guys. I'd go John Goodman, Clancy Brown, or Bruce Campbell for Perry White. Now, I've liked Lawrence Fishburne and, you know, the Man of Steel and, you know, the DCU. But, you know, I want something a little bit more traditional. And I think, you know, Clancy Brown is like, he might be a little bit too mean and very intimidating, you know, presence Clancy Brown really does have. But Bruce Campbell can add a little bit more of a comedic humor to the role of, you know, of Perry White. And then, of course, Jor-El. Who could be playing Jor-El? You know, you had Marlon Brando. I mean, you can't beat Marlon Brando as Jor-El in the first Superman movie. You just can't. That's Marlon Brando, you guys. One of the greatest actors to ever do it. So that's going to be very hard. I mean, I'd like maybe Tom Welling. You got to have Tom Welling. I mean, come on. Throw Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum a cameo appearance in this movie, please. I would go crazy, you guys. Or even Eric Bana, I feel like would be a good Jor-El. Or Clive Owen would be a really good Jor-El. You know, who knows? Like I said, nothing's official. We don't know if Perry White, we don't know if Ma and Pa Kent, we don't know if Jor-El are going to make an appearance in Superman. But I'm really hoping they do, because these are essential characters to Clark moving forward. I mean, Russell Crowe in Man of Steel was cool. But, you know, I never really bonded with, you know, Russell Crowe as Jor-El. I just didn't. But this is going to be interesting, man. I'm really excited for Superman. I gotta stop calling it Superman Legacy, because it's just called Superman. You know, I'm really excited for Superman. James Gunn has got me super ecstatic, you know, just to see Guy Gardner in this film, a Green Lantern, the Authority, you know what I mean? The cast. I mean, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I mean, it's so exciting. I cannot wait to see this whole cast together. Rachel Brosnahan posted something on her TikTok where she's like in a video, and, you know, they're playing the John Williams theme. I was like, interesting. Why are you using that theme? It's the most iconic, you know, music that one can argue with for a character or a film. And then, you know, you have Nicholas Hoult on one side, and then you have, you know, David Cornsweet on the other side. They make an appearance, and I was like, oh, I love it. And that's one thing I wanted to talk about. The theme of Superman. Will James Gunn, will he reuse John Williams' theme of Superman? Is that a good idea? I wouldn't mind it. I honestly wouldn't mind that theme returning. It is so extremely important to the character of Superman. You play that theme, everybody knows it. And I'm not saying that Hans Zimmer didn't have a great theme, you know, for Zack Snyder's Superman, or even the Smallville, the Smallville intro theme, Somebody Save Me. But John Williams' theme, you guys, is so iconic. It's so beloved. I wouldn't mind, and I wouldn't be mad if they decided to reuse that theme for Superman. 2025, you guys. But put your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about the first reveal of the suit. Do you guys think he will have trunks? Honest thoughts and opinions, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about Superman coming out. How hyped are you guys? And what are you most looking forward to in the film? Thoughts and opinions, you guys. Post them down below. Peace.